"You're done here. Get out, now!" Dr. Calvin roared, his finger jabbing like a blade. The hallway fell silent as heads turned toward the front desk. Nurse Eleanor flinched, her face red and wet with tears, trembling as she clutched her clipboard. She had just finished a 14-hour shift, no breaks, no complaints, yet here she was, being humiliated in front of her entire team, patients and visitors. "I didn't," she tried to explain, but the words caught in her throat. "Save it," Dr. Calvin snapped. "You endangered a VIP patient with your incompetence. You're lucky I'm not calling security." He turned to the stunned reception staff. "She's no longer with us. Make sure she's off the schedule, immediately." Eleanor gasped. "But I didn't do anything wrong." Her voice broke. Her hands trembled as she pulled off her badge and placed it gently on the counter. The patients in the waiting area watched in silence. One older man in a wheelchair clenched the arms of his seat, his eyes burning with disapproval. A female intern standing nearby muttered under her breath, "That's not right." The nurse who'd worked double shifts. The nurse who skipped meals to care for critical patients. The one who held dying hands, called family members, stayed late when others left early, fired without warning. Elena walked out of the hospital that day with her head down and her spirit crushed. But that was only the beginning. The next morning, the hospital staff returned to chaos. Administration was in a frenzy, phones ringing off the hook, reporters gathering outside. Something had gone viral. An anonymous staff member had uploaded security footage from the nurse's station. It told a very different story. The VIP patient Dr. Calvin claimed she endangered. Eleanor had saved his life. The footage showed her noticing a sudden drop in vitals, rushing to his room, and performing emergency intervention when no one else responded. She didn't hesitate, didn't wait. Her actions bought the ICU team the precious seconds they needed to stabilize him. But when Dr. Calvin reviewed the chart, he didn't see a heroic nurse. He saw a junior staff member who didn't follow his outdated protocols. He hadn't even spoken to the ICU team before firing her. Within hours, the story blew up. Justice for Elena trended on social media. Nurses and doctors from across the country began sharing their own stories. Former patients of Elena wrote heartfelt tributes online, detailing how her kindness and quick thinking had saved lives. Then came the turning point. The family of the very patient she had rescued, an influential retired judge, held a press conference. Standing before reporters with tears in her eyes, the judge's daughter said, "If it weren't for Nurse Eleanor, my father wouldn't be alive today. We reviewed the hospital footage ourselves. She didn't endanger him, she saved him. Dr. Calvin owes her more than an apology, he owes her his job." The hospital board had no choice. That afternoon, Dr. Calvin was placed on immediate leave. A full investigation was launched into his leadership history, and skeletons began pouring out of the closet. Multiple complaints of bullying, belittling nurses and retaliating against staff who questioned him. His reputation crumbled in a single day. But something even more powerful happened the next morning. At 8 a.m. sharp, Eleanor walked back into the hospital, not as a nurse, but as a guest of honor. The staff lined the corridors in silent respect. Some held signs, others clapped softly, patients wheeled out to watch the moment unfold. The same older man in the wheelchair from before gave her a slow salute. The hospital CEO stepped forward with a heartfelt apology and an official statement. "Elena Ramirez, you are not just reinstated, you are being promoted to lead nurse of critical response, effective immediately." Tears filled Eleanor's eyes, not because of revenge, but because of recognition, real recognition. When asked by a reporter how she felt, she simply said, "I didn't ask for any of this. I just wanted to help people. That's what nurses do. We don't need the spotlight. But sometimes standing up for the truth is the job." From that day forward, a quiet plaque was installed near the nurses' station. It read, "Integrity means doing the right thing, especially when no one's watching." And beneath it, "In honor of Nurse Elena Ramirez, whose silence saved a life, whose strength changed everything. Just before this ends, tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. We want to see which place shows the most love." So respect isn't worn in a white coat. It's earned through compassion, courage, and the quiet sacrifices no one sees. Just before this ends, tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. We want to see which place shows the most love. If this story stayed with you, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments.